because I didn't fit beauty standards, I was labeled as unfeminine. So like they would call me like a boy or it.
I think some women really enjoy treating men poorly because of their own trauma, forgetting that it cuts off any type of sympathy men would have for you going forward. Subscribe, let's talk about it.
Piping hot take here, but I don't have sympathy for chopped men. I grew up plus sized. I am a forever plus size woman. And so when you are a woman and you are not fitting beauty standards, or a man is just simply not attracted to you, they treat you in a way that is dehumanizing. So my entire childhood and part of my adulthood has been men who have not found me attractive just dehumanizing me. And now that we are getting to the point in our timeline as humans where the script is fucking flipping and men have to deal with that, I'm all the fuck for it. Women objectifying hot men, go for it. Women who don't pay attention to men who are chopped, go for it. Male loneliness epidemic, do something about it. Like my entire life, I was told that I needed to dress differently to lose the weight, even to lose the septum ring. And like, it's not realistic. Everybody is attracted to something different, but when a man is chopped, he blames the entire world on the fact that he's chopped. Like he doesn't do anything to upgrade himself or to become better in any way. Meanwhile, when a woman is dealing with not meeting beauty standards, which I think that a lot of women are fucking gorgeous no matter what, but like when a woman doesn't meet beauty standards, her expectation is to go get electrolysis, to go, make herself more beautiful, to get filler, to do all of these things and spend all of this money to fit into beauty standards that were literally made for children. Because we just found out that our society is ran by like 5 PDFs in a trench coat at this point. Coming from a fat woman who, as a child, like in my teens and like in like my preteens, like because I didn't fit beauty standards, I was labeled as unfeminine. So like they would call me like a boy or it. Like that, it was that bad. So how does it feel to be emasculated? How does it feel to be treated the way that you have treated others? How does it feel to suffer at the hands of patriarchy? Like, shit's changing and the world is changing. And I think that, men finally have to be treated the way that they treat everybody else. And they don't like it. How does it fucking feel? So no, don't give the chopped guy a chance. No, don't get to know him and see if you like him. Go for the guy that you think is hot because you deserve to be with somebody that you're attracted to, and we're not going to play these stupid games anymore. If men want to evolve, then they can evolve. There's plenty of things out there that they can do to fix themselves the way that we were told to fix ourselves. Sorry, bye.
Now, I think it's very easy to take what she's saying personally as a man. It's very easy to take that personally and look at it from that lens, like, how are you calling people out when you've obviously suffered and been emotionally damaged by these things, and then you get to watch happen to other people, happen to men, and then also be like, yo, good for you. This is what happens under patriarchy. And I think there's a lot of confusing terms that she's using, that she's putting all in there just to kind of justify, well, this happened to me, therefore it's fine when it happens to you. But I think you're missing a lot of core facts, because I think, as we see constantly, women don't really understand the plight of men and what men sort of go through. You look and say that, oh, what does it feel like to now be justified or to be looked at, justified by your looks? Well, yeah, men have always been doing that, like objectified by looks, excuse me. Men have always been objectified by their looks. You've already categorized men that you think are attractive and men that are not. Those that you think are attractive, you do whatever you want to be in their circle. Attractive goes from status to also wealth to charisma to funny, whatever. And then there's a subset of men, or a large subset of men, that get no type of play, no type of attraction. That group, that 40% that never reproduces in part of our population, that's always been there. Men are not new to objectification. Men are not new to be judged simply by what they produce. It's not a new phenomenon. You're just getting a peek behind the curtain. The fact that people in your life, we're not taking away, we're not saying that she's lying, that people have judged her for her size. Yes, other people have been judged for their size. Men also get judged for their size. The fact is that because women also look at a multitude of things in terms of saying whether or not you could be a partner for me, someone I can live with, someone I can create something with, that being status, that being wealth, this has always been the case. Yeah, you can say that you are not as shallow as men, but the truth is you still want to be with someone that's attractive, that has all these things as well. You can look at it, any type of person that has an absorbent amount of wealth, the billionaires, the millionaires, who are age gap dating to the tune of 50, 60 years. She's just simply waiting for him to croak over and die, but she's gorgeous. This is the game. Something I think a lot of women, unattractive women, don't realize: when you get treated, the way you're getting treated by men is how men treat other men. When you don't find a woman attractive, that's how you kind of look at them, as a utility. What can we do together that's beneficial? If nothing, then you competition. Right? Again, men are also subject to this. When women talk to men that they don't find attractive, that they don't have any use for, that they're not saying, okay, you're unattractive, but at least I can extract the resources from you. I have no problem using you for what I need, material-wise, money-wise, foodie calls, free dates. I'd have no problem extracting these resources from you because I see you as human. You're empty space to me. Women have come online and said that in mass. So again, this is not something that men are unfamiliar with. Yes, are you going to find there's going to be a group of men that find you attractive? You have to find those people. If you're fine with your weight, which you say you are, but in other videos she said that she's on a weight loss journey, you're fine with the way you look. You're fine. Then you just have to be fine with the outcomes that actually generates. The attitude behind it, and finding, not being able to be sympathetic or empathetic with men that are also going through this, men that are being called chopped. Okay, we also know there are other avenues for them to explore. Men are not solely looked on because, or favored because of their looks. This is a biological imperative, a biological drive. You look at men for what they can produce, how they can protect, how they can provide. These things are not tied to looks. Now, okay, you want to add another layer on top of that. You want him to also be handsome, a provider, a protector. You want to be emotionally intelligent. You want him to invest in you. All this is fine. All this is fair game. All you're doing is making that tight, small selection of men even smaller, even smaller, even smaller. What do you think is going to turn around? They're going to turn around and say the same thing. Okay, now that I'm in this elite echelon, one that also takes into account, winning the genetic lottery, what do you think I'm going to select? I think what we see a lot of times is because you're so hurt, you're so bothered, you can't wait for that to be spread out. You can't wait for some other person to experience the same sort of pain you did. It doesn't make your life any easier. It doesn't justify anything for you. A man getting called chopped across the world doesn't make your selection any better. Doesn't make your day-to-day any better. Men being categorized by how they look doesn't change anything the way the men are looking at you. The fact is, men rarely have changed. They've adapted, and no one's really evolved. You've adapted and you changed. Well, women have adapting and changed and say, well, I need you to be handsome as well. Okay. Understand when men are also saying the same things. I need you to be fit. You're not. I don't really care what you have to say after that. That's how men are treating it. If you're not going to adhere to anything they have to say, whether they care about, why should they go on a limb and say, let me also care about you? I agree with you. You shouldn't marry. You shouldn't settle down with someone that you're not attracted to. Neither should men. Neither should men. She's got a good heart. I'll never know because she's not attractive. How does that sound? Hey, give her, how many times are you trying to set someone up? She's got a great personality because she's not that appealing physically. When you lose grace for a gender and you fine with that, you push that out. Again, I'm not telling you what you have to do. Understand that the reciprocal is always available. And they feel justified. Once you unleash that hound, people are fine, men are fine, saying, cool, glad I know the playing field. So the little bit of grace I was holding back and giving to you, I'm fine with just treating you like whatever. If this is how you feel about us, why would I give succor and comfort to an enemy that's announcing themselves, I don't care about your loneliness, I don't care about your mental health, I don't care about what ails you because I was hurt in the past. Anyone with any type of training or a grain of salt of any type of intelligence in terms of psychology would tell you need help. You just need help. You just need someone to talk to. You need some time to work through what you want to work through, because that old adage of hurt people want to see other people hurt, rather than just saying, yeah, I got a rough deal. I hope you never have to experience that. I hope you never have to be judged simply by the way you look. things that you have no chance of changing, or you are not equipped to properly change. When you make that message want to just, yo, I've been hurt, cool. So where does that stop? Why can't that next man say, yo, I've been hurt too. That's why I'm going to do this to you. That's why I'm going to do this to you. And when we get to that point, when we're looking about who has the patent on force, this is not a good road for us to walk down. Again, if you've been hurt, if you need help, that's fine. You need to get that. Rather than thinking that somehow some other person owes you something. They don't. And if you want to play that nasty game, you have to understand how grimy and greedy men can get. To get a good idea, look how men treat other men. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on the screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I really think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.